Hear this word which I take up for a lamentation over you, O house of Israel. The virgin of Israel is fallen. She will no more rise. She is cast down on her land. There is none to raise her up. For thus says the sovereign Yahweh, the city that went forth 1,000 will have 100 left, and that which went forth 100 will have 10 left to the house of Israel. For thus says Yahweh to the house of Israel, Seek me, and you will live. But don't seek Bethel, nor enter into Gilgal, and don't pass to Beersheba, for Gilgal will surely go into captivity, and Bethel will come to nothing. Seek Yahweh, and you will live, or else he will break out like fire in the house of Joseph, and it will devour, and there will be none to quench it in Bethel. You who turn justice to wormwood, and cast down righteousness to the earth, seek him that makes the Pleiades and Orion, and turns the shadow of death into the morning, and makes the day dark with night, that calls for the waters of the sea, and pours them out on the face of the earth. Yahweh is his name. That brings sudden destruction on the strong, so that destruction comes on the fortress. They hate him who reproves in the gate, and they are disgusted by him who speaks uprightly. Forasmuch, therefore, as you trample on the poor, and take exactions from him of wheat, you have built houses of cut stone, but you will not dwell in them. You have planted pleasant vineyards, but you will not drink their wine. For I know how manifold are your transgressions, and how mighty are your sins. You who afflict the just, who take a bribe, and who turn aside the needy in the gate from their right. Therefore he who is prudent will keep silent in such a time, for it is an evil time. Seek good, and not evil, that you may live, and so Yahweh, the God of hosts, will be with you, as you say. Hate the evil, and love the good, and establish justice in the gate. It may be that Yahweh, the God of hosts, will be gracious to the remnant of Joseph. Therefore thus says Yahweh, the God of hosts, the Lord, Wailing will be in all the broad ways, and they will say in all the streets, Alas, alas, and they will call the husbandmen to mourning, and a wailing for such as are skillful in lamentation. And in all vineyards will be wailing, for I will pass through the midst of you, says Yahweh. Woe to you who desire the day of Yahweh! Why would you have the day of Yahweh? It is darkness, and not light. As if a man fled from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Will not the day of Yahweh be darkness, and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? I despise your feasts, and I will take no delight in your solemn assemblies. Yes, though you offer me your burnt offerings and meal offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take away from me the noise of your songs, for I will not hear the melody of your viols. But let justice roll down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Did you bring to me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? Yes, you have borne the tabernacle of your king and the Kiwan, your idols, the star of your God which you made to yourselves. Therefore I will cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus, says Yahweh, whose name is the God of hosts.